useful to learn English. Although I focus in English, I also try to explain that this method works also to learn other languages. And another hypothesis I try to expose through a test I gave to English students is the influence of the popularity of the song in the moment of being used. The difference that the students see if the song is famous at some of the moment of using it. And another is the influence of the rhythm of the song. The difference that the students see if the song has a catchy rhythm or has a boring and monotonous rhythm. The methodology I used, I tried to look for the relation between music and language. This was really difficult at the beginning because I didn't have the idea of how to focus two really different things, such as music and language. But I found this really cool theory called the theory of the multiple intelligence made by Jihan. This was a professor from the university, and he exposed that we human beings have 7 different types of intelligence that we develop depending on our preferences, where we belong, and these are linguistic, physical, interpersonal, kinesthetic, logical, and visual. And I explain in my work a little bit all the intelligence, but I focus the most on linguistic and physical because these two are the ones that gave me that relation I was looking for. And once I found that relation, I started working on music as a learning tool. And I saw that we use music everywhere. We use music in theaters, TV, radio, cars, restaurants, everywhere. But when it comes to school, music is forbidden. That was because music is seen as something entertaining. Therefore, it's seen as something not educational. But actually, music has a lot of advantages when it comes to learning a language. The 4 main advantages that we see are that music helps with vocabulary because it's full of words, some lyrics. It also helps with grammar because we found different structures in songs. It helps a lot with pronunciation, which is really important because it's not the same as having a professor like repeating a word over and over than hearing it in a chorus of songs. And it also helps with culture because when we hear a song, we are not only hearing the lyrics, but we are also understanding and looking through the surrounding and the context of the song. So with this, I try to confirm the need of using more and more songs in schools. Then I looked through 2 different methods that use music as a learning tool. The first one is the Matthews method. This is hearing verification. For classical music, students help learn to understand and know how to distribute the information and therefore how to learn. And the other one is the Suggestipedia. This one combines the conscious and the subconscious of the students. The students are learning active words and through music, through classical music also, start learning passive words. So when they hear the music again, they remember the active and the passive words, so learning is easier for them. Then I focus on learning English using music and song lyrics. For this part of my work, I focus on problems that Spanish students have when they are learning English. The 2 main problems Spanish students have are pronunciation and grammar. The problem with pronunciation is because English has 12 different sounds that are a lot more if we compare them to the 5 simple sounds that we have in Spanish. And the grammar problem is because the structures in English are a little bit more difficult. So usually Spanish students have difficulties when using them. So how can music help with this? Well, the rhythm of the songs helps to remember the lyrics. If a song has a catchy rhythm, the students remember the vocabulary and the grammar structures in a long-term way. The repetition of the words that we found in choruses of songs helps with pronunciation. And also the motivation of the students, which is a really important factor when learning a language, because if the student is motivated, he will keep what he learns for a long time. For the practical part, I created 2 workbooks like those that we use in school, but with a little difference, that is they use the method of music. I created 2 different levels, the basic level and the intermediate level. Here we can see a view of the workbook I created. This one is the basic level, and we can see a little table at the top of every sheet. It contains the information that the students need to know which songs are working and which part are they working on. The first exercise of every worksheet is always a song with gaps that the students have to fill in. It has also a little table that students can check with the words that they need to put in. The second or the third exercise, depending on the thing that we are working on, is always related to the song that we are using. In this case, the song is working jobs. So here we found 4 different images of jobs and a little table with the words that the students have to match with the images. The intermediate level is a little bit different. We also find that table, and the first exercise is also a song that students have to fill in the gaps. But this time we don't find the table, so the students have to work their listening and guess the words that they have to fill in. And the exercises are a little bit more complicated, and they don't have any pictures or any resources that the students can use, so they can develop their use of English. Another thing I did for the practical part was I created an interactive website that students could use. This is how the website looks. It's a way that students can look for extra help, and they can download the worksheets that I made in workbooks, so they can learn from it and work from it from home. It has 2 programs, the beginner program and the intermediate program, and it helps the students to get extra video and audio support. Also, they can, as I said before, they can download the PDF worksheet at home, so they can work there comfortably. So finally, the conclusions I ended with were the expected. I ended up with the conclusion that music definitely helps students to learn not only English but all languages. And for the test I did to students, I ended up with the conclusion that the influence of the popularity of the song is really important. When using songs that were more popular, students were more motivated and they were having more fun, they were feeling more like studying the song. And when the songs have a catchy rhythm, it also helps with the motivation of the students and also helps them to remember the words better and for a long time.